What is up, everybody? Bopalophagus here at Camp Sekani Jamboree Disc Golf Course in Spokane, Washington. A little bit cloudy out here today. You can see some dark clouds behind me rolling in, so hopefully that doesn't hinder us today. But goal today is to shoot even par. I think realistically I could go even through the first 7, birdie 8 and 9, and then try to get a couple more on the last 12 holes. So I think realistically could go 4 or 5 down, but PR is 1 over, so we're shooting for even today. Obviously we're gonna mess up a couple holes, so give ourselves some grace. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Hole 1, 275-foot par 3. Gonna be going trail here, seeing if we can just go straight at it and let it fall towards the basket. See if we can sneak out of here with an easy par. That should be pretty good. Nice, missed just a little bit short, a little bit left. Should be an easy pitch up, might even be a birdie look. Pretty good way to start the day here. Got a 10-footer for birdie. It is a bit of a death putt, but should be able to knock this one in. Good catch. There we go, starting off 1 down through 1. Pretty ideal start, a little bit of insurance for the front 7. All right, on to hole 2 now. 272-foot par 3, playing way uphill. OB just over the log, and then there's another log on the other side. OB is in between those. I'm gonna be trying to go fireball forehand here up the middle, just throw a flex. I haven't really figured out a way to guarantee safety and good distance, so we're gonna try this out, see if we can just pull it through the gap and hopefully not go too far, and hopefully don't turf it. Yeah, that should be pretty good. Yeah, that's really good. Started off a touch right, but flexed it enough. Missed the first tree, got plenty up there. All right, got a really nice shot here. Ended up probably 40 feet short, but plenty safe. Gonna try to give this a run. Should be a pretty easy 3 regardless. So see if we can knock this one in, start 2 for 2. Let's go, baby. Come on now, that's a putt right there. Let's go. I've had a bunch of those recently that have looked like they're right on line and end up falling just short into the cage, so it's really nice to see one of those fall. But we're on to hole 3, 305-foot par 3, way up the hill. Gonna try to go wraith. We got a little left to right, so I want to stable up a little bit. I normally go racer, but last time I flipped that one over into the road, so gonna go wraith here and see if we can just get it up the middle and hopefully an easy 3 on this one. Oh, that's perfect. Holy cow, this might be a day. That was a monster drive. Made it past the first pin position, which is pretty hard to do for me. Got another 40-ish footer here. See if we can knock another one down. No! Yeah, that's what's been happening on all those long ones. It's been short into the pole or into the cage, but really the easiest 3 you'll see on this hole. So plenty happy with that. 2 down through 3 is a pretty perfect start. On to hole 4, 359-foot par 3. Does not play that far, plays very downhill. I'm gonna try to guarantee a 3, hopefully, and go turbulent forehand up the middle. Just try to get it on a lot of anhyzer and let it fight back in. Not trying to birdie this one, trying to have a nice and easy par. That seems pretty good. Way too high. All right, that should play. Got that one on the right angle, but too high. Faded out just a touch right. Tricky up and down, as it always is. Was hoping this would land me in the middle and be a nice easy pitch up, but I think I'm gonna try to putt it up this right side here and see if I can just give myself a 10-footer. Oh no. Caught the bush, caught a stump and rolled backwards. That's gonna be a tough look. All right, I actually curled up nice. I hit this bush and it hit that stump and started rolling backwards. Curled up here next to the bush. See if we can knock down a 15-footer. First tester of the day, really. Dang it. I've been pulling a lot of putts right recently, so tried to adjust for that one and overcorrected. But not the end of the world, still under par. which is really good through 4 for me. So try to keep that going. All right, wind is picking up and it's blowing those dark clouds in. So hopefully it doesn't start raining very soon. But on to hole 5, 366 foot par 3, going tomb, trying to get it on a touch of anhyzer up the middle. Right to left should help it come back as well. And it usually gets stable at the end, so. That should be great. Oh, it's turning a little bit more than it normally does. Oh no, caught real early. That's gonna be a tough up and down. I'm a little bit surprised. That's exactly how I want to throw that shot. And the wind is maybe a touch ahead, but mostly right to left. I'm kind of surprised it turned over like that, but got a long, tricky upshot here, especially with the right to left. I think I'm gonna try to zip a low forehand right at it and see if we can skid it up there. Going with a 3. Overturned it, got a long putt now to save the par. Tricky green here. The slope makes it real easy to fade out a lot and end up with a 20-foot comebacker. And this tree is in my way, so I think I'm gonna lay this one up. A little bit short, but should be good enough. A bee flew right by my ear as I putt that. That could have been bad. All right, we're even through 5, which after the first 2 holes obviously isn't where we want to be, but even through 5 is a plenty good enough score. Hopefully we can birdie this one and then give ourselves an insurance stroke for hole 7. But hole 6, 268 foot par 3, trying to go A3, flex it up the right and see if we can get it to crash back in. Just got to get off the tee on this one. Yeah, that's what we want. Come on. Okay, touch short, but right in the middle. Should be like a 30-footer for birdie. Raindrops are starting to fall, but hopefully they'll stay pretty light. Got about a 30-footer here for the birdie. See if we can knock this one in. Oh, come on. Man, it rolled away to 10 feet here too. Awkward footing with the log. Gotta make this one. All right, got the par. Saved even, but dang, that would have been a nice one to get going into hole 7. All right, we're okay with a 4 on this one, but really want to have an easy 3. Got 375 feet to the pin, playing uphill as well. I'm gonna try to go hyzer flip with the Protocol Champion strike. Just try to get it up the middle, and if it comes out a little bit early, it's not the end of the world, but hopefully we can get it down this tunnel. Flip, 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 flip. No, that went straight for so long. Just needed a touch more flip. Dang it. We got all the way through the trees, so really good shot. But man, it's just an ounce less hyzer is all the way home. Let's see if we can slide up a range here and have an easy 3. Oh my, that's horrible. Holy cow, good tree to give me a look. That was atrocious, holy moly. What makes this hole tricky is twofold. A, it's 375 feet uphill, so that makes it really tough. And then this green is a crazy slope. So normally I could just jump at that, easy up and down, give it a run, but almost guaranteed to roll away if I do that from that far away there. So now we got a shank, which luckily gave us a 25-footer to save the par, but now we got to knock this one down. One over through 7, wanted to be even, but we knew we were gonna mess up a little bit. So pretty good spot here. On to hole 8, 441 foot par 4. Gonna try to go with my champion strike, get this one up the middle on a touch of hyzer or flat, and see if we can get it to fade back a little bit left at the end. Flip up just a touch. Nah, just held straight the whole way. All right, decent spot there. Should be able to get up and down. All right, not the easiest shot in the world here. Probably about 150 out. Green is pretty sloped, but we're gonna try to go a little low flex with the A3 and just let it fight in, hopefully sit close to the basket. Oh, I overturned it again into the tree. Goodness, didn't get it close enough to run. That's a few forehand upshots I've overturned now. I'm gonna see if we can just lay this one up, take an easy par, and move on. All right, should be good enough. On to hole 9, 271 foot par 3. I've traditionally had this hole pretty dialed in with the fireball, so hopefully we can birdie this one, get back to even, and be on our way. A little bit low, but perfect line. There we go. Curl up. Oh, it rolled backwards like 10 feet, but we got like a 15 footer. Got a nice little 15 footer here. A little bit unfortunate on the roll, but still plenty makeable. There it is, on the pole, baby. Let's go. Back to even through 9. See if we can get a par on 10 and be plenty on pace through the front half. On to hole 10, 310 foot par 3. This one can be a little bit tricky for me. I usually try to go backhand straight at it and usually end up early releasing. So we're gonna go fireball with a forehand, see if we can flex it up the left, sneak through, and see if we can have a look at birdie potentially, or hopefully just an easy par. No. Okay, got around them. Perfect. A little bit lucky, overturned it and threw it too high, but that corrected for itself, missed all the trees, and got back in the middle of the fairway. Landed about 30 short here. Gonna see if we can give this one a little up and down, hopefully hit the pole is what I'm aiming for. Oh, I gave it a run. Holy cow. No, you are kidding me. Oh my goodness, that's atrocious. All right, gotta make this one. That sucks. Messed up the layup. Rolled away to 18 feet on the elevated basket off band. That's really the first hole I feel disappointed in. I feel like I definitely should have been a 3, but got a little bit unlucky with the roll away. Missed the putt for par, so can't be too upset. It's only one stroke, plenty of spots to get it back at, and we're on to hole 11, 282 foot par 3, going T-bird up the right side. Gonna try to go for a birdie on this one. Normally I just play it for par, but it is plenty birdieable and it's not super dangerous to go for a birdie, so we're gonna go for it. Touch inside. Oh no, got unlucky. All right, should be a par. I'm not even sure what tree I hit. Normally that early miss is still pretty pure, but ended up hitting the tree, getting to right here. Probably got 150 in, a little bit touchy. Gonna try to give it a robin spin, see if we can have an easy par from here. That's not what I wanted. All right, obviously not what we wanted here. 30 footer with awkward footing, but didn't get the wrist involved, so that's what happens. See if we can make this one anyway, save a par. No, I was worried about the footing, just slipped out of my hand. Bogey, bogey, to start the back 10. Not the end of the world. We're still only 2 over. We blundered a little bit, 2 over through 11, still have plenty of course to play. 2 over is still a plenty good score, and there are plenty of birdies, so we just got to keep playing our game, stop the bleeding here. Par 3, 305 feet up the hill, plays super far, going champion strike, trying to get this up the middle of the road and see if we can have an easy par. Touch low, not quite a full rip, but an easy par. This is actually pretty unfortunate. Kind of landed in no man's land. If I was back where the camera is, I could justify a turnover, but I'm too close to this tree for that. Or if I was closer, I could give it a putt. I'm kind of right in the middle where I think I kind of have to hit this gap with the small tree and the big tree right in front of the basket. So we're just gonna try to slide this up, see if we can get close for an easy par. Hold it. Hold it, threw it high. Now I have a 15 footer on a death putt looking straight down the hill. I maybe should have just tried to putt it and tried to hit the gap and end up 10 feet short with an uphill putt. Still plenty makeable. Just gotta putt this one in. There we go. Stop the bleeding. Got the par on a little bit of a tricky hole. And let's see if we can get back on the birdie train. Stopped the bleeding, got the par, still 2 over. On to hole 13, 234 foot par 3, going A1, just trying to chop it over on a bunch of anhyzer, hit the gap, let it fight into the hill, and hopefully sit and not roll away. Oh, it's too high. Caught the tree, sat down, should be a par. Got about 100 out here. See if we can just slide this one up, take an easy par. Perfect. Came up a touch short, but should be a tap in. Came up a little bit shorter than I thought here. See if we can knock down 10-footer, save the par. There we go, get in there. All right, we're on hole 14, still 2 over, but we got plenty of time to get it back. Not worried about it, not pressing. 367-foot par 3, going with the A1. I've been overturning the A3, and it's been going a little bit too far. So we're switching it to the A1. Holy cow, crazy headwind out of nowhere. Gonna try to get this down low, let it skip up towards the basket. Really wouldn't mind being short here. Don't really want to go long, so we'll see where this ends up. Not really sure how this is gonna fly. That looks perfect. You're kidding me. I think you could see that on camera. That sucks. That was gonna be so good, and it just caught the back of a tree, shot straight down. Now we have a 200-footer for the upshot. We're 162 out. Gonna try to slide up an A3. Hasn't been working for me so far, but eventually I gotta get one. So we'll see if we can just slide this one up from quite a ways. That's significantly too far, hit the tree. Wow, what a great bush. That was 100 feet too far. You might be able to see, caught this bush, dropped straight down, and there's nothing else to catch it. So, super lucky break. See if we can make good on that. Got it. We do have to start birding at some point, but pars are keeping us alive for now. All right, still 2 over with 6 left to play. If we escape these next 2 with pars, I think we're in a pretty good position to end even. I think 17 is plenty birdieable with a good tee shot, and 20 is plenty birdieable with a good tee shot. 19 is a pretty easy par, and 18 is kind of a toss-up, but as long as you get off the tee somewhat, it's usually a pretty easy par. See if we can make good. Going leopard here, supposed to be a 262-foot par 3, but it just plays so far. It's a touch uphill. The rock maybe gets scary. There's no slide up or anything, so I'm gonna see if we can throw a nice little turnover with the leopard. Well, that was on a roller angle. Hit the tree, kept turning though. Hopefully got back down to the middle and should be an easy up and down. Got probably like 50, 60 feet out with another 20, 30 feet up. See if we can putt this one up there, have it sit, take an easy par. Good enough. Shout out Mitch for the literal jump putt. Straight up and down. I'm sure it looked weird, but got the job done. We got the par there. On to hole 16, 293-foot par 3. This one also plays very long. The hill, like 8 feet, 10 feet high, right in front of the tee pad is very scary. I'm gonna try to go strike right over the top of it, up the gut, and try to get it all the way there. Overturned it. Didn't see it roll out. Might have gone stuck up on the hill. Might have rolled back to the center. Either way, should be an easy par. We did end up cut rolling back to the center, so that makes this a little bit easier. See if we can just pitch up a forehand, take an easy par. Perfect. Maybe a touch deep, but it shouldn't be more than like a 10-footer. We do have about a 10-footer. A little bit of awkward footing, but should be making this one. There we go. Man, it's still nervy on those. Haven't missed any today, I don't think, but still feeling the nerves on them. Still 2 over through 16. On to hole 17, 535-foot par 4. Going strike, backhand, up the middle. Trying to have an easy look at up and down for the birdie. That's horrible. Flip somehow. Okay, well, it flipped. Wow, and it kicked left. All right, well, it's pretty far, but not where we want to be. Certainly not the easiest up and down from here, but considering how bad of a shank that was, came out way early. Not that bad of a spot. I'm gonna try to go flex forehand A3. I think we're like 200, maybe like 220, 250 out. I don't really know. So we're gonna try to flex it and hopefully it'll just fight in at the right time. Oh, it's too high. Didn't turn enough either. What happened? First I'm overturning everything, then the one time I actually needed to turn, I don't turn it at all. But we got up there. I actually do have a look from about 30, I think. So might be able to salvage a birdie. All right, not quite the 30 footer I thought, probably more like 45, maybe even longer, but still plenty runnable. Just don't want to go too far down the back. If we just make it, then that won't be a problem. That sucks. Dang, well, good line, obviously. Dang it, at least it didn't go too far off the top. And we tap in the par. We still need to get birdies though. Technically the last hole is equalable. I haven't done it, but it's 600 feet and it plays way downhill. I've been inside of 100 feet for eagle before. I just gotta do it and then make the putt. So it's not over till it's over, but it'd be nice to get one here. Still, after all this time, 2 over with 3 left to play now. 19 isn't very gettable, so really would be nice to get this one. Hole 18, 333 feet, apparently. Plays very downhill though. Right to left wind makes this a little bit tricky. I'm gonna try to go forehand A3 up the left side and let it fight in. Just gotta make sure I keep it low, keep it under the wind, and we should have a very easy par, if not a birdie lick. I overturned it. Just threw it straight into the ground. Okay, skid it up a little bit. Man, might have a par. Dang. I'm gonna try to putt this one up the left side on a lot of turn. See if we can slide this one up. Have an easy tap in for the par. Go for the birdie on 19. And then if we don't get it, try to eagle the last one. See if we can keep ourselves alive here. I think I left it quite a bit short, but should be a look. Gotta make this one. Couldn't really come up any shorter, and right behind the tree as well. Gotta make a straddle putt here. Gotta go birdie, eagle. Let's make this work. I believe we're 3 over with 2 left to play, so we gotta either ace birdie or birdie eagle. Gonna be tough, but it is possible. Hole 19, 293 foot par 3 up on the rock. See if we can get a strike there. Gonna try to get it high and give it a chance, I guess. There's not really a line to the basket, but maybe we'll get lucky. I mean, it's pretty good. Not an ace run. Oh. Wow, and a horrible roll. But we got a look. Got a 40 footer playing 100 up on the rock. Let's see if we can sink a miracle and give ourselves a 1% chance. Barely made it up on the rock. That's not a good way to do it. When we got the par, we'll finish out the round. Maybe we'll hit the greatest ace of all time to hit the goal, but disappointing. Really couldn't start out much better. We'll do the recap here after hole 20, but I feel like today should have been the day. We're on the hole 20, 600 foot par 4. Gonna go strike up the middle. Let's see if we can snag an eagle here. Walk out of here, matching my PR. I mean, that just ripped. That's so far. This is a little bit of a bittersweet shot. For reference, the tee pad is up there. This was between 179 and 184 yards, which would be 537 to 552 feet. So 500 plus foot shot to get that look for eagle. Let's see here. We got a 55 footer for eagle. See if we can knock a long one down. Here we go. Oh, just left. Chain high though. Well, let's see if we can make a birdie now. We aren't gonna talk about that. Easy par, good par to close out the round. Pretty good round. disappointing at the same time though. 1, 2, got the birdie on both of them, made a long putt on 2. 3, parred it with a really good tee shot. 4, messed up the upshot, missed the putt, took a bogey. That's okay. Hole 5, I think the wind was a little bit weird. I thought I threw a perfect tee shot and it just overturned, but took a bogey there. So a couple missed opportunities, but that's asking for a lot to be 2 down through 5 for me. 6, missed a 30-footer for birdie, not the end of the world. Took the bogey on 7, which is pretty typical. Would have liked to be even through 7, like I said at the start. 8, messed up the tee shot just a little bit, put on a little bit too much hyzer, and then didn't run the putt, so can't be too mad at that. Good decision. 9, got the birdie. 10, unlucky and also messed up the upshot, so really should have been a par. So I'm gonna say there's 1 stroke that we should have had back, so we should have been even through 10. I believe that we were 1 over. 11, messed up the tee shot and the upshot and missed a long putt, so probably should have been a 3 there. 12, made the long putt down the hill. 13, tough hole. You're playing with a roll away the closer you get to the basket, so overturned a touch. Probably could have had a better shot, but we're not counting that one. 14, got the lucky break, got the par, so he probably gave one back there. 15, 16, we went par, that's fine. 17, just slipped out of my hand, missed way early, didn't get the birdie there, and I am playing for birdie on that one. 18, took a bogey, pretty bad, so there's 2 strokes there. And then 19, got the par. 20, obviously ran the eagle putt, missed the comebacker, but could have been an easy birdie. So if we just clean up a few holes, if we clean up 1 bogey through the front 7, or get an extra birdie on 8, and then clean up 17, take the birdie there, clean up 18, take at worst a par there, we're 1 stroke under, and that leaves us with pars from 11 to 16. So plenty of strokes to get. I just got to get them, but we'll be back at you next Wednesday. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully I can do it for you next time, and bop off.